idea for an introduction because I hate opening things.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, how to open Marvel.
How do you open a podcast about Marvel movies? In a world of heroes, villains, and multiverses beyond imagination, one podcast dares to bring you the ultimate take on Marvel movies. Welcome to Marvelocity. Thank you, ChatGPT.
I'll put
that's wonderful.
I'll put it at the end as a blooper.
Playful comic book vibe. Wow, bam, smash. You're turned into Marvelocity, the show that's faster than Quicksilver, stronger than the Hulk, and packed with more twists than Loki. Let's assemble and talk Marvel movies.
Oh my god, that's so cringe that I would write it. I'm just gonna go with the stocks. I'm gonna do what I do on the show I do with Abby. Just the tried and true. Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Marvelocity, the podcast for you. So what's up?
My name's Jackson.
My name is Aubrey. So this show, Marvelocity, is going to be every month we're going to look at a new movie or show taking place in the MCU. So this includes the Netflix shows and the Disney Plus shows.
And today we're talking about Iron Man, the first one from 2008.
The first Iron Man from 2008. This was not... The first Marvel movie I ever watched was Avengers, and this was the second.
I think this was probably the first Marvel movie I ever watched, so going back and watching it again, it was pretty fun.
You were
really
2.
I was 4.
Oh, that... Okay. That doesn't sound right, but sure.
It's 2008, man.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Time comes for us all. Oh, God, this movie is like 12, 13 years old, huh?
Yeah, it's really, really old, but honestly, I think it stands up. We should talk about it, though.
Yeah, it basically holds up.
Is there anything you want to jump into first?
The first thing I want to talk about is really out of the way. I just caught it because I've seen this movie 5 times. Probably way more. The scene towards the climax of the film where Pepper is in her office in Stark Industries and Stain comes in and starts intimidating her. There's a bit where he drinks from a glass of water and they play the sipping sound effect a full half second before the glass even touches his lips.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I noticed it and I was like, oh my god. And I just thought it was really funny.
I did not notice it. No, not at all.
So 0 out of 10. Movie sucked.
Yeah, what the fuck.
Alright, episode over. Next time.
Do you want to just hop into the plot?
Yeah. I have some notes. I think it's very interesting. First of all, it could have been just because I would have been 12. I did not suspect the twist even remotely.
You didn't think it was going to be Ironmonger? Whatever his face is?
I knew that his name is Obadiah Stane, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I knew that he was bad news. I did not think he would be the guy in charge, that he would have hired the terrorists.
Jeff Bridges is a fantastic actor.
He's a treasure.
His voice is just so incredible. The second he puts on the Ironmonger suit and they give it that little bit of echoey reverberation, he's so fucking cool.
It's so good. That Tony Stark built this in a cave.
Yeah, no, he did a fantastic job. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for the rest of the cast.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
Jeff Bridges, treasure. Robert Downey Jr. came into his own by the second movie. He was very clearly still finding his feet in the first one, but he was good enough. Gwyneth Paltrow
It's
and
so
Terrence
terrible.
Howard.
She's so terrible.
And she never gets better.
Gwyneth Paltrow. I thought I really like this movie. I'm gonna say this from the beginning. I thought this movie was really good. It makes sense that this launched the MCU and like brought Robert Downey Jr. and everyone into stardom. But by God, is Gwyneth Paltrow stick out like a sore thumb throughout this movie.
And can I say,
she has some okay chemistry with Robert Downey Jr., but if every single time she is on her own or trying to act scared or anything like that, it's just like the most monotone or just not believable scream or anything. It's so bad.
Can I say, though,
bad.
I think this is the best that she gets in the entire MCU. I think this is the one time she really gave anything.
I hope this isn't true. I don't remember her acting being as bad as it was.
They only give Pepper 3 things to do, and that is when she's the secretary, and I think that's when she's at her best. When she's like, "Will that be all, Mr. Stark?" Like in that mode, I think that's her best. When she is crying profusely, or when she is terrified and yelling at him in anger, and those are the only 3 things she ever does.
Oh, so terrible.
It's great. It's great.
No, I do give her some credit. I think like the chemistry between her and Robert Downey Jr. isn't bad. Like the romance is there. You can tell, you can feel it. It's quippy, it's fun. But God, whenever she's by herself, I'm upset. Or even with other people.
When
even
she's
the
with
scene between
Phil Coulson is
yeah,
she's not good with him.
In The Office with Stain, Jebediah or whatever, Obadiah.
But one of those, one of the Dias.
One of them. That Office scene, just doesn't. Just like, I know she's intentionally trying. Like it's this weird thing where I know she's an actress and she's trying to act poorly, but it's just not working. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That scene it's good in spite of her. I'll say. I think.
Yeah. It is suspenseful.
I
sure.
feel like Terrence Howard is, and I know we just talked about Gwyneth Paltrow's performance being really bad. I think Terrence Howard is easily the weakest part of the movie. He is at no point playing anyone other than Terrence Howard.
My hot take. I love Terrence Howard as Rhodey.
Really?
Yeah, I hate... Who plays Rhodey after him?
Don Cheadle. Be very
Don
careful
Cheadle.
with what you say about Don Cheadle.
I do not like Don Cheadle as an actor. I do not enjoy him in any of the Marvel movies. I love Terrence Howard. He's so great.
Crazy. I was just going to say
Rhodey.
that I'm saying this with the benefit of hindsight. When you hear the Rhodey as Don Cheadle and Tony Stark talking in the later films, I can see them as friends. Like, they're having a disagreement, but I can still feel that friendliness. There is never a time in this movie that I am not thinking, why do these two people hang out with each other? Because he seems to genuinely hate Tony. Like, why are they together right now?
No, but it's so good. It's so good when they're on the plane and he's like, they're actually fighting and it's like there's no friendship there, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, I'm gonna give him a drink, and the second he has a drink, then they're buddy and they're best friends. I love it. It's awesome. So funny.
It is that was a fun scene.
I will say, I think the hardest I laughed at the rewatching this movie is when Tony has his miniaturized arc reactor ripped out. He has to go find the one downstairs. He gets it. Rhodey comes to the house and helps him set up the Iron Man suit, and then he takes off right through the roof.
I know.
And then there's a scene where Rhodey turns to look at the Mark 1 or Mark 2, sorry.
Next time, baby.
Next time, baby.
Next time, baby.
And there was no next time.
There is never a next time.
There is never a next time for Terrence Howard, unfortunately.
For Terry. He's a mathematician now, though. So
that's
thank
crazy.
you for Terryology, Terry.
Uh,
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Is that of the 3 non-villain stars in Iron Man 1, 2 of them have been like thoroughly gone crazy.
Which ones?
Gwyneth Paltrow is doing her like alternative health goop shit.
Oh yeah, her
and
vagina candles and
Terry thinks that he solved astrophysics.
Really?
It is like picking fights with Neil deGrasse Tyson over the internet.
That's so funny.
He's
so
like
good.
legitimately deranged at this point.
Another casting point that I thought would be really interesting to talk about is Phil Coulson.
Oh,
He was such a big deal in the early Marvel movies. I blocked him out because he they set him up to be this super central important figure.
He was in
and
all of them.
Unless you watch the TV show, you don't care.
Yep. He was in all of them except for the Hulk and Captain America. He was like a really important character, and I feel like the casting choice was really good.
I think it's just really funny that I don't know, like it almost feels like a self-insert for like office workers. The way he just looks like such a normal fucking dude, right? Like, he just looks like a normal, regular guy, and he's actually a secret badass agent.
That was... Oh, I'm debating, because we're already getting into ADHD so off-topic territory.
Oh, yeah, always.
Let's get back to the plot. I have a thought. This movie, at times, feels a little propaganda adjacent. Like, the fact that he is captured and held by terrorists in Afghanistan in 2008, and the first thing he does when he gets the Iron Man suit is he goes and defeats terrorists in Afghanistan. That it's a little strange in hindsight, especially considering what the MCU became. Like, looking at even, I would say, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, the first 2 movies feel so strange.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like, I don't know, it felt like they kind of almost went the other way and then fell for the trap of being like terrorists in Afghanistan. Yeah. Like, it looked like it feels like they were like, yeah, we should make an anti-war movie where...
But we get help from the U.S. government. So we have to... It's...
But and even like, not to agree with the villain here, but bro was like, oh yes, to make peace, I'll make the strongest weapon that there's ever been. You know? That's literally what happened. And like, I felt like the movie was trying to be like, no, we shouldn't make weapons and do that thing because it's bad, and what if the terrorists get them? And then his solution is to make a bigger weapon.
Make a bigger weapon that only he can have.
That only he can have.
It's a tension that gets addressed later, but if you take this movie in a vacuum, the idea that Tony is doing anything other than making a weapon that only he can use is kind of just left hanging.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just still thinking about it. Why would Rhodey look at the thing and go, next time? Like, even in the logic of the universe, like, why would Rhodey do that?
Because he got into the Lamborghini or whatever the hell to drive to the location, and next time he's like, I'm gonna take the other suit.
It's just a funny scene. It's just like very comic booky, like one of the, I would say, few moments of kind of like pandering to that crowd that the movie has, because it doesn't really. Like, that's so fresh about early Marvel, and even like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, is that they don't really pander to the comics that much.
Yeah, it's just like kind of there for you to latch onto if you really want it. But most of the time, these movies I found don't necessarily feel like superhero movies in the way that I understand superheroes movies to be now.
Oh yeah, well,
They're
Avengers
much
really came and kind of fucked with everything.
Yeah, they're much less campy. Like, this feels like it could just be a movie, you know? Like, it looked like they were trying to do something there. Like, they were trying to do something with the whole weapons manufacturing and selling weapons to the other side, much like, you know, America did do.
Yeah. It almost uses metaphor. It's like trying.
It's trying, and I feel like that's a lot better than most Marvel movies. So I'm gonna give it to them.
I've had about a week to think about it. There are shots, like, I'm going to say 4 or 5 times, where the Iron Man mask, gets held up with the Mark 1, 2, and 3. All of them, there's a moment where the mask does that, and they use the shot like 3 or 4 times. And I was thinking, that's such an intentional way to frame it, that it has to be symbolic in some way. Like, this has to represent something. And the more I've thought about it, the more I've come to the very disheartening conclusion that they did it once, and then Kevin Feige went, "Oh, that's a sick fucking shot. What if we just do that again?"
You don't think it's
I unfortunately don't.
some cool thing?
No.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
The most complex it gets is the callback to the proof that Tony has a heart, which is really cute, and I love that.
My two favorite, like, this is a fun movie, and not all of it is great, but it's a good watch the whole time. But some of the most, like, fun movie-wise things that happened in it is, Yinsen. I love Yinsen as a character. I think it's really, really, really good relationship. That early part of the movie, just in the cave with Yinsen, and Yinsen's sacrifice, and the twist that his family's already dead, like that sort of thing. Super well done, super emotional, makes you like Tony, and makes you understand why Tony would actually switch up, and it's all because of Yinsen.
Oh yeah.
And his actor, like, wonderful job. Does a great job at it. And then yes, the Tony Stark does have a heart, and then just Obadiah as a whole.
Oh,
was so good villain. Such a good villain.
It makes me so disappointed, because obviously Loki has come back quite a bit, and we've seen the Abomination come back as well in recent years for She-Hulk and for Shang-Chi, and we saw we've obviously seen the Red Skull as, like, bit parts in the Infinity movies. We have never seen we've seen exactly 5 seconds of Obadiah Stane post Iron Man 1, and it's the flashback in Far From Home, where they replayed the iconic scene, and that's it. I feel so bad that he gets so little love, because he's such a good villain. His
voice just is so good. Just his voice. It's so intimidating and threatening. His presence, like, every time he threatens someone or talks to someone, it is so good.
Oh yeah, I wrote in my notes here, Jeff Bridges is insane, and that's all I wrote about him. Wow.
It's accurate. It's good. We love Jeff Bridges.
Oh yeah. Oh, I also wrote directly underneath that, goes to Afghanistan, white savior complex ?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Oh dear God. It's.
What do you think of the cinematography and the editing?
It's really good. It's, like,
really
surprisingly good, especially when you look at later superhero movies, not just from Marvel, but from DC and from I'll contrast it with a movie that was trying to do the same thing. If you've ever seen Man of Steel,
Yeah.
very bad movie.
Yeah.
It's trying to go for a dark kind of feel, and I think it failed. Iron Man feels dark. It's shot. The scenes in the cave are shot in a very, very specific way. Like when he discovers that he has shrapnel in his heart, the slow pan out as he's ripping his shirt up, and then the rapid fire jump cut as it looks around. It's shot like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And the same thing when they reveal the Mark I and when they reveal the Ironmonger suit at the end of the movie, like when Pepper's running from him. It's shot like a thriller.
Oh, the chains and then just the lights in the eyes turn on and then
really
he swipes at her is crazy.
It's shot really well, and it contrasts with the scenes where it's not shot like that, where it's normal.
My only two disagreements, and one of them isn't really that, they're both actually pretty minor. I found that like these, not early 2000s, but like 2000 to 2010 period,
the late 2000s.
All of these movies will have this. There's this one thing where it's like unsteady cam zoom in on stuff, and I hate
the office zoom, we call it.
Yeah, like they unsteady cam zoom in on the door when they're breaking down the door, or they did it like 3 or 4 times, and I did not enjoy it.
They did 2 Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions.
Yeah, scenes. That was part 2. That was the second one. Is that they did Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions.
They put the bomb in the door and Phil Coulson crosses his arms and turns away, and it's like, oh my god.
It's so funny. He's like, you probably want to take a few steps back. And then it goes way back, the shot, and all of the agents turn around and cross their arms.
That felt like such forced comedy as well, when right before it, she was like, oh, is that like a door hacking device thing? And it's like, okay.
Oh, no, and the way she said that sounded so forced. Yep. It was so brutal.
I was a
little,
but like
when they did it with Tony, it was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like when he's showing off the Jericho missile, like that's dope.
Oh,
that was sick.
Again, that brings me back to the symbolism and my disappointment that there isn't more of it. Is they call it the Jericho, and I thought that's an interesting name because I know quite a bit about ancient religion and the Bible, and Jericho is the town that Yahweh rained fire upon in the Bible so that Joshua could conquer the promised land. And I was like, is there a metaphor in the naming of that? And I thought about it, looked into it, and no. They just thought Jericho would be a cool name for a missile.
That seems so intentional, though.
Yeah, it does, right? There's so many things where I'm like, this has to be intentional symbolism, and then it's not.
That's crazy.
I'd also like to point out the only car that we see being driven is an Audi. Tony drives an Audi to the airport. Happy picks him up in an Audi. Pepper drives an Audi to meet Phil Coulson. Rhodey drives away in an Audi. And the 2 cars that get destroyed in the lab when Tony's testing the flight suit are not Audi. And the car, the limo that Stain arrives to the gala in is not an Audi. And those are the only 2 non-Audis that we see a named character drive.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They had it in their sponsorship that nothing evil could be done with the Audis, and all of the good people had to be doing
I'd also like to point out that Stark Industries, this man has holograms in his basement, and Pepper's office has a Dell computer, and Tony is using a VTech flip phone from 2006. And that's so funny.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a worldly mismatch.
Just imagining Obadiah Stane making billion-dollar weapons deals on a fucking Dell laptop is crazy.
I think it's also crazy that like Jarvis is a thing in this movie and is a very very and like the robots have personality in this movie, which means they're like very very advanced AI. Yet Rhodey, when talking to the military, is like, yeah, unmanned unmanned aircrafts aren't shit. They're not going nowhere. It's never gonna beat that of a pilot.
And that plays into two of the kind of plot holes that this film has. One of which I think is just because they weren't really thinking that well. They don't have artificial intelligence until Age of Ultron. Like, Bruce Banner is talking about Jarvis, like, in the same room as all of these microphones and cameras, and like, so you want to try and create artificial intelligence? And it's like, buddy, I think he did.
Like the fucking his robot that extinguishes him from being on fire has personality.
Yeah, but no, but we
and
love,
the arm
we love
saves
Dummy,
his life
we love
in the
Dummy.
end. Yeah, that's crazy. My biggest like tech related plot hole that makes me upset is Obadiah Stane's paralyzed device.
Why does that make you upset?
Why doesn't he just use that more? Why didn't he just kill Tony? Like, he paralyzed Tony, ripped at his heart, and was like, I'll just leave him here, not kill him. You know?
So he can monologue.
Yeah, but, like, just kill him.
God, you've never been a villain in a horror movie before? Jesus.
No, but, like, he got the monologue off. Now just kill him. Why'd you leave?
Here's a better question. Why not go downstairs and steal one of the fucking suits?
I don't get it. The ability to paralyze anyone seems so ridiculously strong, and he uses it just to monologue.
He uses it. He also uses it against Raza when he reveals his evil plan.
Yeah, and then kills all his men, and assumably him.
Well, I never see him again. That's also weird. It's weird that it's the 10 rings, right?
Yeah.
Like, the 10 rings is pretty much always Chinese in the comics. Like, never... Not only is it weird, it's a plot hole they had to clear up in Iron Man 3 and in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, it's a little bad. Not great that it's the 10 rings.
Yeah, but they didn't ever think that they would.
Accurate. But yeah, they did not think that the Marvel Cinematic Universe was going to be this big.
They were planning Iron Man as like if it launches something bigger, that's great, but we have to plan it as if it's going to be a standalone film.
Yeah. Which I think is funny because of the post-credits scene where Fury literally I forget what the actual quote is, but it's something basically he's like, you don't know the universe just walked into.
You just stepped into you just stepped into a whole new universe. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah, it's like whole new universe. A Marvel universe.
A marvelous universe destined for the cinema, you could say.
Yeah.
That's the other plot hole. The other plot hole. This is such nerd shit that I was thinking about this during the movie. They keep saying strategic homeland intervention, whatever the whole acronym is. Like, the joke is they say it like 4 times, and they're like, you gotta think of something better.
You gotta change that. We're trying.
And at the very end, Phil Coulson's like, call us S.H.I.E.L.D. That doesn't make sense, because it's Captain America is in 1945, and they call it S.H.I.E.L.D. in that movie. And Captain Marvel is in 1982, and they call it S.H.I.E.L.D. in that movie, too.
Maybe Phil Coulson was just an idiot for the Iron Man 1 movie and just really wanted to say Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement Logistics Division over and over again.
I believe it. He feels like a goober like that. I love him, though.
I do think he's very well casted. I think
very
overall the casting in this movie is really good.
all of the casting, with the sole exception of Gwyneth Paltrow, and I think Terrence Howard is very good.
I think Terrence Howard does a great Rhodey. I don't know if I'm great. I'll have to watch Iron Man 2 again and see Rhodey. But like, I don't like Rhodey in the later Iron Man
I'm
films.
a big fan of Iron Man 2.
Yeah, we'll have to get there when we get there.
We'll figure it out eventually. Holy shit, what else do I have in my notes? Oh, I wrote Pepper
The
and Tony are
CGI.
annoying.
What do you mean Pepper and Toadie are annoying?
I think I wrote that during the beginning of the film. So it was just the bit, it was the two bits, one where she comes down and is like, it's my birthday today. And then the other bit where she's like reaching into his chest to pull out the magnet.
You didn't like those?
I think I just find her annoying.
That's fair, I guess.
I think
I
if it was
thought
any other actor, I think I would have thought like, oh, that scene's cute. But because it was Gwyneth Paltrow, I was like,
I thought those were both pretty cute. I do enjoy. I do think Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow have at least some chemistry. I just don't like Gwyneth Paltrow most of the time. I do really enjoy her brutal diss of the girl at the beginning.
yes.
It's like, he still got you doing the laundry? And she's like, yeah, and sometimes I have to take out the trash.
It's very good. It's very good.
It's good writing.
Well written.
It's quirky, it's funny.
The comedy hits better than it. The comedy hits more often than it doesn't, and the drama lands almost every time.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I would have been like 13, and the scene where he leans in is like, I'm the one who locked you out, Tony. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was like, that's why he's so good. Oh my god, it's
so good at playing both sides, and he barely has to change the way he holds himself, switching from well-meaning mentor to villain, which is really good.
No, it's actually so insane. I love him so much. Also, what a valid crash out.
He just sank your company, and he like, I get it, man.
Like just like thinking about this movie from the perspective of Stade is super funny, because it's like, all right, your best friend, genius, starts a company. He has a son. He dies. Finally, you get to run this company. Oh no, this dumb little brat is a prodigy. He takes over. I'll be the mentor. Whatever. He is a
he just lets you do everything.
So you're the one who makes me do everything, and just occasionally goes off and does stuff. Is mostly spending all his time drinking, gambling, and sex. I'm gonna get him killed. And then he pays the hitman. Instead, he builds a suit in a cave. gets a miniaturized arc reactor. Comes back, tanks the stocks of your company, and just. Like, bro,
it's really good.
What a valid crash!
It adds a whole new level of the freak out where he's like, Tony Stark built this in a cave.
Like, I would crash out too if I gave them basically everything other than a miniaturized arc reactor and told them to make it tiny.
The fuck do you mean?
Tony Stark.
Just fucking build it. Yes. I'm surprised he didn't like. I would have cursed him out for like a 10 minutes straight.
No. Actually, the most valid crash out.
It's honestly, you know what? I think he might have been justified in everything he did.
Yeah, true. What did you think of the CGI? All the explosions and everything?
Most of the time, the CGI was better than I remember.
Like, good for 2008,
when he's flying in the suit. And when he's got... Like, a lot of the suit is practical in Iron Man 1, which is good, and it looks great, and I'm glad they did it that way. When he's flying, when he's in Afghanistan doing the white savior shit, it looks great. When he is putting on or taking off any piece of the armor, is questionable.
Yeah, I find Ironmonger, that suit can be a little rough.
It
Still,
looks...
I think, good for 2008, but a little rough. I thought especially the ice scene where the...
How'd you solve the icing problem?
Oh, yeah.
Icing problem?
Yeah.
like that scene, I think... I don't think the suits look very good in that. It looks like entirely CGI and not good, but maybe I'm crazy here. But I think overall, good for 2008. The explosions were fun. The suit was good-ish. You know?
Oh yeah, I think the Ironmonger looks great, especially when it's first introduced. How they don't show it until the scene with Pepper. It's so good. It's so good. I was like 3 shots of whiskey deep at that point in the movie, like on my second viewing. And my first thought was, all right, sir, we're building our secret laboratory deep in the facility. No. Door right by the front door to the building. Okay, what do you want to put in this corner? Fucking chains. Okay, anything behind them? No. No lights, just chains. Okay, sir.
Okay.
It looks good, but then you see it like 12 times, you think about it, and you're like, why is there just like a dark corner with nothing but chains in this room?
No, cool scene. How does he get to the corner without being heard? Like, for the rest of the movie, right, this massive-ass Ironmonger suit makes the loudest noise every time it moves. And then somehow, when he first turns it on, he's able to rip out, like, the wires are hanging there. He ripped out of the wires and then ran to the dark corner through the chains without making any noise.
Oh, that's going to be hilarious. I'm going to scare Pepper.
Just to jump scare Potts.
It's awesome, though. It's awesome. The Ironmonger suit in the fight looks great until he takes the helmet off and the chest opens.
Yeah.
Like that one scene where the chest plate is opening up to reveal his face. I think that might be the worst CGI in the whole movie.
That scene also kind of makes me upset because it feels really contrived when he rips out his optic thing. Yeah. The suit opens up. Okay, whatever.
That he misses 3 point-blank shots in a row.
He's like, and like to make up for it.
Stand still, you little prick.
It sounds like Jeff Bridges is what's it called? Improving his lines. He's like, "You must have ripped out my navigation system. Stand still, you little prick."
It's really funny.
I was like, this is brutal. This is really contrived.
It's when I first when I first legally purchased the movie with a Blu-ray from my local store, and I wanted to check to see if the Blu-ray had functioning audio on it. I randomly scrubbed through to the end of the movie, and that's the scene I landed on. It was just him saying, "Stand still, you little prick," and then shooting like 10 feet away from him, and I was like, oh my god, you're kidding me.
Like, there's no way you missed 3 times that badly.
It's so funny, though. I love it.
Speaking about that scene, how does Pepper live?
She ran.
Like, how does Pepper get out of that before it explodes?
It just shoots up. It just shoots up, I guess.
But the whole building exploded after.
Yeah, she ran.
Yeah, that's... How did Tony live? How did either of them live? How did Obadiah live falling into it?
You know what? That's one of the things where I was like, this visual is so strong and this scene is so cool. I'm just going to forgive that it doesn't make sense and just let it ride.
Well, I'm not sure if they meant that he lived or that he died when, because Tony and Phil have a conversation later where he's like, Tony's like, oh, what about Obadiah? And Phil's like, on a plane to the whatever. Those planes, they don't have good safety.
That's their alibi. That's why Obadiah Stane died if Tony is an Iron Man. That's what happened.
Yeah.
They were just gonna wait a week and be like, on his return from a vacation, his plane crashed.
Yeah. Is he dead, though?
I believe so.
Okay.
Trust me, if he wasn't dead, Phase 4 Marvel would have been parading him all over the place.
Real?
That's
real
what
shit.
they do now.
So...
CGI aged pretty good, except for a couple scenes where I was like, ooh.
What else is Jeff Bridges in? I love this man.
I don't know.
Tron?
They should have got him to be Doctor Doom.
That would have been sick. Why is... Okay, never mind. We can't talk about that now. We can't talk about that now.
Oh, Jesus. What else do I have? Oh. That's the only bad part about the editing. They jump cut and establishing shot quite a bit, which is fine. It's like fundamental. You can't really make a movie without a jump cut. That's fine. I was fine with that. I'm only bringing it up because there is one time and only one time where they cut from the scene with Pepper and Tony to the scene with Stain making the Ironmonger suit, and they use a fucking cross wipe.
Do they really?
They use a Star Wars wipe across the screen for one scene. I saw it and I cheered. I was like, yes! I forgot about it, but it's so good. The fact that they used one single crossfade in the entire film. It's so funny. It's so good. Iron Man, good movie, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like this should be a section that we got to talk about every time.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about Stan Lee cameos and whether it was a good Stan Lee cameo or not.
This would have been like the 4th or 5th ever Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah. I think this Stan Lee cameo is not great, but pretty funny just because Tony bumps into Stan Lee while he has all these young women on his around his arms, and then it goes, "Sorry there, Hugh," or Hefner, or Hef, looking good there, Hef, in regards to Hugh Hefner.
Oh yeah, it's such
calling Stan Lee Hugh Hefner is crazy.
I will maintain that there is only a few good Stan Lee cameos, and one of them is in Spider-Verse. And that's the only cameo I remember, really.
Is that the Watcher one?
No, that's Guardians 2. In Spider-Verse, Miles goes to the store and buys a Spider-Man costume and says, what if it doesn't fit? And Stan Lee hands it to him and says, it always fits eventually. And I was like, oh, that's such a good line.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Stan Lee cameo, very forgettable. Probably the D tier of Stan Lee cameos. That's how I rate the movies. Not a great
Stan Lee cameo, but funny because Stan Lee was called Hugh Hefner.
Man, why don't they do them anymore? It feels like such a lot. I don't know why they just stopped. Anyway.
Yeah, they should do like what they did for Star Wars and Rogue One and just deep fake Stan Lee onto other people.
Totally. Like fucking Nick Cage Superman in The Flash.
Oh, hell yeah.
They should retroactively do a bunch of AI Jack Kirby cameos.
Why?
That would be to make up for lost time.
Why?
Oh god. There's just a couple interesting things that I want to talk about.
Okay.
The fact, the way that all of the test footage is recorded, where they cut to a 4x3 grainy camera, that looked really good. I was a very big fan of that. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was that kind of it sucked me in pretty well.
And it hides the bad CGI.
Yeah.
It lets them decrease the budget so they can get away with being a little sloppy with the camera work so that they can create that effect. It's really good. It's really nice. The scene where he goes to Afghanistan, he has one line of dialogue. before Rhodey calls him, when he gauges the 2 aircraft, he drops the terrorists in front of the people and says, "He's all yours." That's the only thing he says. And I was like, this contributes so much. They are shooting it like he's a fucking horror movie monster. Like, they're framing it like I don't even know what it was. I just know it was really good characterizing.
I thought it was, like, the way he does not say a word and just goes out like a man on a mission, killing indiscriminately these people.
Well, very discriminately, I would say.
Yeah.
He has very specific people he's killing.
Yes, but like without hesitation, killing these people. Like he like you can tell he is pissed, angry, enraged, and like they don't have to have CGI eyes to make him look different or anything. It's literally, you can just tell by the way he's moving, the things he does, like the punching a fist through the wall to grab him and pull him out.
That was
again,
so good.
Horror movie vibes, and then throwing him to the ground. Oh my god!
It's shot the way I wish Multiverse of Madness was shot.
Oh, I hate that movie.
We'll get to it. In 4 years.
Don't get me started.
Especially, it's such a small moment as well that shows the character. I can't remember. It starts with a G. The name of the town Jensen said he was from.
Oh.
It's when he's right before...
Golmira?
Yep, that's it. It's when he's listening to the news report, tinkering on the arm, and the reporter says a small town named Golmira. He like looks up at the camera or looks up at the TV and stops. And I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that. That's so cool.
Yeah, like the whole thing where Tony meets this man. This man's family is dead and died by Stark weapons, right? Almost certainly died by Stark weapons, right?
Oh yeah.
And he still saves Tony's life and sacrifices himself for Tony and reveals it at the end, and still is not mad or angry at Tony, just pushes him to become like the man he is. And it's just like
the Chad Jensen versus the Virgin Maximovs.
Yeah, exactly. He's such a good character, and the relationship between him and Tony is like, the early part of this movie does not feel like a superhero movie. And that's why I like it so much. It's
so
like
unique.
It goes full action and comedy and having a good time, but like Tony Stark instantly learning the error of his ways, right? Like instantly being like, it's like a Greek tragedy, him falling to his own hubris, his own weapons. It's so awesome. And then this relationship with this deeply complex relationship with a random man whose family died basically at his hand. It's just,
it's so
cinema. And the fact that he goes back to Golmira and is that angry, that enraged by that.
Like, that's so where the movie could have ended, and it would have felt like a little bit of a hero's journey wrapped in itself. It has like two climaxes.
Yeah.
Where like the scene in Golmira, but then it's like it's a superhero movie, so they need to have the comic villain at the end. And that's what I wanted to say. Circling back, this was all supposed to be the plot section, if you'll recall. The terrorists, until you learn the twist, and even after that, they don't really have a plan or motivation.
He wants to be like Genghis Khan and take over all of Asia.
Okay, cool. In real life, terrorist organizations start because of things. Like Hamas didn't just pop up and were like, we're gonna be bad guys because we hate America. They started because like they were a rebel group who wanted to change the country they lived in. We know literally nothing about the group formerly known as the Ten Rings. Like what their goal is, what they're even fighting for at all, other than they are in Afghanistan.
The explanation was he wanted to be like Genghis Khan and take over all of Asia. When Obadiah goes back to him, he was like, with 10 of these, you could conquer all of Asia. And I'm like, bro, why do you want to do that?
I don't want that.
Who cares?
It's so great how like later movies will take painstaking effort, like Civil War and Guardians 2. Two of the best villains in the entire MCU, I think, Ego and Zemo. They take great lengths to explain their actions and give them characterization and motivation and purpose. And the Raza and the Ten Rings are just like, we are comic book villains, so we are evil, and that's it.
Yeah, I think Raza did not need to be in this movie. I think the adding, like, I know it kind of adds to the twist so that there is a villain before we know that Obadiah is the villain. But the way that he's just kind of there, and then as soon as we figure out that Obadiah is the guy who ordered the hit, then Raza does not matter at all, and Obadiah literally goes there and kills him instantly.
He's so superfluous to the plot. I did not realize he was a comic book character until 2 days ago when I looked it up. It's strange. It's strange. Before we get into anything more, I wanted to talk to you about professional critics.
Oh, yeah?
I consider myself a little bit of an aspiring reviewer. I write reviews for video games in my spare time. Mm-hmm. Basically IGN staff over here. Where is... I went to the Rotten Tomatoes page for the first Iron Man movie, and I looked at the review section, and I found a couple of reviews from the time, and I want to see if we agree or disagree, or if we think that the MCU, if like later context has changed the way we look at these.
Okay.
Let's see. Joe Morgenstern of the Wall Street Journal said the gadgetry is absolutely dazzling, the action is mostly exhilarating, the comedy is scintillating, and the whole enormous enterprise throbs with dramatic energy. That's a very weird review, but...
Bro is talking about a penis. Bro is talking about a penis. Bro's not
he
talking
saw a very
about
different
Iron Man. Bro downloaded the wrong movie.
Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle said Iron Man is an action sci-fi blockbuster extravaganza that provides cartoon thrills for thinking people. It's the best movie of its kind since the second Spider-Man movie 4 years ago. And I'm inclined to agree. I think Iron Man and Spider-Man 2 are great.
I think this is it's hard to start with this.
Yeah.
I guess it's going to be a lot of fun at the beginning, then big slumps of slop.
There's going to be, when we get to the non-Daredevil Netflix shows, I'm expecting a bit of regret taking this project on. Peter Rainier of the Christian Science Monitor gave Iron Man a 0 out of 5. When Iron Man is zooming above the bejeweled Southern California, I expected a thundering lyricism, but instead settled for some routine CGI stunts. I suppose it's asking for too much for a great actor to be matched up with a great director.
What?
I don't know. I actually went and read... I'm going to recommend everybody go read the Iron Man review from the Christian Science Monitor, because it's fucking... It's from 2008, but it feels almost AI generated with how nonsensical and weird some of the phrasing is. It's really good. It's really good. That's the wrong one. Here it is. Anne Hornaday of the Washington Post said, toggling between Stark's impish goatee and Iron Man's full metal body condom, and amid so many generic fireballs, kill shots, and ear-splitting thumps, bumps, and crunches, the film finally collapses under its own weight. So that's deranged, right?
What are these reviews? Who are these people?
This was Anne Hornaday from This was published in the Washington Post on May 1st, 2008. Unfortunately, the article is gone. I cannot find the article anymore.
That's crazy. I will say, this is, I think, the third highest rated Marvel movie.
It's up there.
At least in the cinematic universe that
when
I know of, on Rotten Tomatoes, I think. I think it's Black Panther number 1, Endgame number 2, and Iron Man number 3.
I have some thoughts about that ordering, but sure.
Yeah, I think that's it.
When the movies get big enough for our boy Martin Scorsese to throw in his 2 pence, we will be coming back to the Scorsese watch, because he had some really great takes about these movies.
Of course.
Famously, Martin Scorsese hated the Marvel movies.
I'm excited to see some Scorsese.
He's really good. Francis Ford Coppola also hated Marvel, to the point where Nick Cage told him to shut the fuck up during an interview.
You gotta love it.
Which is crazy because Nick Cage is Ford Coppola's Nepo baby. So to have the audacity.
I love Nick Cage.
It's awesome.
I love Nick Cage so much more.
You cowards, make the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider films canon.
Please, I love those movies.
They're
all terrible, but I love them deeply.
They're fine. Oh my god, if you're gonna make a Ghost Rider in the MCU, please get Nick Cage there. Please.
Or Chad Kroger.
Oh, Chad Kroger from Nickelback?
Yeah, the singer
Ghost
of
Rider?
Nickelback. I think I can see it.
Oh my god. So as a start to the MCU, I feel like this is... You know what? I'm gonna say this. If Iron Man 1 came out in like 2016, like if it and Ant-Man had swapped places, I don't think I would like it as much.
Like if this was deep into the
I think it's great
MCU.
As an opener, but I feel like if it came out later on in the MCU's lifespan, I wouldn't have thought it was as good.
I don't think it could have happened later on in the MCU lifespan. I don't think without a movie like this one to begin the MCU, I don't think it ever gets off the ground to the point where this movie could even come later.
Not to spoil how I feel about it, but if the only 2008 movie we got was The Incredible Hulk, I don't think we'd be where we are today.
Fair enough.
It's good though. It's good. I like it.
I think it's the only reason the MCU was able to take off. It's what started everything, and it makes sense. It makes sense that this started everything because it's a damn good movie by itself, and I want to see more. You know?
Well, good news.
This movie leaves you wanting more. I want to see what Nick Fury was talking about when he said that you just stepped into a whole universe, a Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That line is cringe in retrospect, but if you were in the theater in 2008 and you chose to stay behind for not even a reason, because post-credit scenes were not even ubiquitous at that time, the way they are now. So if you decided to stay back just to like talk to your friends and family about the movie, and then that played at the end, I would be like, "Holy shit! I'm not supposed to be seeing this."
Yeah,
it would hit so hard.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Now, I think Iron Man is like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I feel like it fits really well. At the time, I think it's like 10.
Oh, yeah. I think for its cultural and just like impact on superhero movies as a whole, you gotta hand it to it, you know? Like this set the genre, right? This set the mold to make. Like you gotta, if you want to have a good superhero movie, it's gotta be like Iron Man, and I think that's really good.
Well, it's also rapid fire because
I would rate it 4 out of 5. I'd give it 8 out of 10.
Spider-Man 2 came out in 2004. and then X-Men came out pretty shortly after that, and then Iron Man came out in 2008. That's like a really stacked couple years for superhero movies.
Yeah.
And the first Dark Knight movie was also in those 4 years, so it's like the birth of a genre there.
Yeah.
And I think Iron Man comes in and firmly plants its flag right at the end and be like, nah, this is it.
Yeah. This is how you make a Marvel movie.
This is how you adapt an
If
objectively
not
very stupid
superhero
character
movie.
into a really good character.
Real.
Because Iron Man in the comics is really fucking stupid and goofy looking.
No, it's comics are supposed to be dumb, and the way to do it is just kind of embrace it and make it look dope.
They should have given him. They should have given him the 50s design where he has abs and like muscle veins on his arms on the suit.
That's intense.
It's really.
They
awesome.
do kind of give him abs.
They do kind of give him abs.
So half the time they're turned into like vents or like folding plates, but they look like abs.
I think. Is the Iron Man 1 the best time that I was talking with Josh because I watched it with him.
Mm-hmm.
We were having a debate which Iron Man design is most iconic. Which MCU design is, and I said I think the Mark III from the end of the first movie with the circle chest plate is really iconic.
Yeah.
But I thought the one from the end of 2 where he has the triangle chest plate was slightly more.
I would give it to the triangle, I think.
The triangle chest plate's just so good.
It's like when I think about Iron Man, I think about him having a triangle on his chest.
It's good design. It's good design. I think we are hitting the end of the discussion.
Everything we have to say about this movie.
I've gone through all of my notes. I'll definitely have more to say when we get deeper into it.
I'm glad we started here, but it's a hard place to start because this movie I don't really have very many notes on. It's just a good movie. It's fun.
It's not bad enough to where we have a lot of critique, but it's also not good enough to where there's a lot to discuss.
Yeah, it's not. Like we said, it tried to do social commentary, but then hard commit, which I think isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes a superhero movie doesn't need social commentary in it. But I think the amount that they had in it was all right. I just kind of wish they committed a little harder, maybe.
When we get, it's no Quantumania, but it's also no Guardians 2.
Yeah, although I will say, it kind of feels like after watching this movie, the way Obadiah Stane acts, really, especially like the reveal, when he's like when he reveals that he was the one who put the hit out, it feels very, very, very similar to I had to put the tumor in her head scene.
Oh, that's such a good scene.
It just feels
they're both so good,
so similar, and it makes me think that they looked at the mold.
That's another one of my verbal tics as well that Caleb feeds into. It's so great because I'll just say like what, and then I'll take a second and go like what. He's like, now I know that sounds bad. I've been.
What?
You can ask Caleb. I've been going around all week going like Tony Stark built this in a cave. I don't know why that scene sticks out to me so much, but I love
it's
that.
It's a good scene.
It's
a valid crash
The
out.
fact that they use the take where like his tie flips up and hits him in the face and then settles on his shoulder like that's so funny to me. Like they used it again in Far From Home is fucking nuts.
So
I can't
funny.
imagine bit part scientist in Iron Man 1 expected to get a call a decade later like, hey, do you want to reprise your role in a Spider-Man film, by the way? It's really funny. It's especially considering it's the first in the MCU. They don't reference it a lot.
No.
They don't really call back to a lot of pre-Avengers material anymore. And they didn't really even at the time.
Yeah, I think they only really start calling back on Avengers and then everything after.
They do in...
They call back to the Avengers a few times.
in Daredevil, in a really cool scene that I love. Because they don't really talk about the superhero stuff in Daredevil that much. But there's... in the chief editor's room, there's a wall of newspapers that have headlines like Abomination wrecks Harlem and Obadiah Stane found dead and things like that, and that's really cool, and I love that.
That's really good.
It's really cute.
That's awesome.
I love Marvel. I hate Marvel, but I love it.
Yeah, it's an abusive relationship. For
It
sure.
really is. It's like you go into theaters and you watch fucking Captain America Brave New World and you're like, okay, and they're like, come back and watch Thunderbolts, and you're like, sure. And then it's the greatest movie you've ever seen. And then you go back, you watch Eternals, and it's like, okay.
What happened?
This is what it is. What movie are you most excited for?
Just to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I gotta
Movie
have
or show?
Multiverse of Madness is up
I'm
there.
really excited for that.
Just because I really hate that movie. And I
really-
have a lot to say about how much I hate that
I'm
movie.
excited to watch it again, just to know if I really do hate it as much as we walked away from.
I'm also pretty excited to talk about Voltron.
Oh, Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Why did I say Voltron?
I don't
Age of
know.
Ultron.
That's been a thing.
Yeah. I'm very excited for Age of Ultron. I like Ultron a lot.
I'm really hype for Thor: Love and Thunder, because I know that you and I have very disparate opinions about Thor: Love and Thunder.
I hate that movie so much.
It's fine.
Oh.
I'm really excited
Okay,
for Guardians
alright.
2. I'm really excited for Iron Fist on Netflix. That one, we might quit.
We might have to.
Don't be shocked if we get to season 1 of Luke Cage and then stop putting up episodes.
All right.
Oh,
Are we ending the year?
I think we're gonna end it. Do we have a plan for an outro, or is it just?
Nope.
Oh
You
God!
want to say something?
What fucking song am I gonna use for end credits? I don't know.
One sec.
Yeah, I want.
ChatGPT.
Don't
How
ask
to
ChatGPT.
end a Marvel podcast about Marvel podcast.
Oh,
called
on a scale of Iron Man to Iron Man, where would you place Iron Man?
probably Iron Man.
Okay, so it's right in the middle. You think?
And just like the Marvel movies, stick around because you never know when the next episode will drop.
What?
What?
That doesn't.
They're movies. They're very
trying
scheduled. We know when the
Yeah.
next one is.
subtle Easter egg. This has been Marvelocity. We'll be back.
Does it say subtle Easter egg in brackets?
I am Iron Man.
Does it say in brackets a subtle Easter egg?
Yes.
Oh my God! Join us next time when we talk about the incredible